Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the OFFPLAN show. My name is Mirio Koto, and on this show, we have genuine conversations on money and investment. So, today in the studio, the OFFPLAN studio, we have a special guest. Me, myself, speechless, I'm absolutely excited to have this guest here. Now, this guest has wrote one of the most exciting books in Dubai real estate. I'm sure some of you know him. The book is called Take Charge, and we have another one called Take Action. This is also the first time I've received gifts in the studio. My next guest is an author. He is an entrepreneur. He is a businessman. He is a mentor. He is a leader. This man is who we all aspire to be in the real estate market in Dubai. Now, I don't know if that intro does him justice, but I'm sure he's done more than what I've just stated right there. I want to welcome to the studio Anthony Joseph, aka Take Charge AJ. How you doing, man?
Thanks a lot for having me.
How you
for the
feeling?
beautiful intro. It's like
Was that intro good?
Yeah,
It was good, man. Because you've done a lot, man. I didn't know how to do the intro first and foremost, man. And this is Amazon #1 bestseller. I don't know if you can see that. It's called Take Charge. Everybody go get this book, and we have another one here called Take Action. Okay. We don't want to talk too much about the book. We want to do what brought us here. So I'll put this back right here so you guys can see. AJ, how you feeling today, man?
I'm great, man. How are
Man,
you?
it's such an honor to have you here,
Thank you
and
for
I'm
having me. It's
really
my pleasure.
happy to have you here in the OFFPLAN show studio. This is probably the longest intro. Just shows my excitement to finally speak to you. Now, without wasting time, today's episode, as I've mentioned before, is called Take Charge with AJ. And as you know, we're here to give you clear advice on investment and real estate. So, my first question to you, AJ, is what inspired you to seek a career in real estate?
It was never into real estate, but I know that I've been a very good salesman all of my life. Since I was a child, I was sending my parents, I was getting the toys I wanted, I was getting everything I wanted. So I knew that I have a great communication skills. I work in a lot of sales fields, such as selling electronics like TVs, DVDs, stuff like that, clothes, multiple products, And just before coming here, I kind of started a bit of real estate, which I enjoyed a lot. However, when I came to Dubai, the real estate in here was totally different from the real estate I know. So I felt like I'm back to square zero. And why did I join real estate? Because since I came to Dubai, I got to know that the city is built on two dynamics: travel and leisure, and real estate. That's the foundation of the city. So I'm like, yeah, why not? And I was looking at the buildings. I'm like, this is great. This is wonderful. Like, beautifully done, so clean, so neat. And it had crazy commission on it. So I'm like, why
Yeah.
not? That's the place to be in.
So you pursued a career in real estate because you had prior foundation in sales
Yeah.
from
Correct.
from
I
home.
always loved sales all of my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So better part of your life, you grew up.
Grew up in Lebanon.
Yeah.
Most of the life, graduated from university having a degree in advertising and marketing, and I had a double major into a minor psychology. So
Right.
I've always been interested and found in the human brain. How does it work? How to speak to you? How to speak to someone else?
Yeah.
So I always had it in me, and I always knew how to communicate and how to close deals.
Right.
But I didn't do real estate. So when I came in here and I got to know that real estate is what's happening in Dubai,
Yeah.
I jumped in it immediately. I landed in Dubai on a Friday.
Yeah.
Thursday night I landed in Dubai. Friday I was sending CVs to companies. Saturday and Sunday I was getting the calls and I started doing my job interviews. And by Wednesday I picked the company which I wanted to join.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Excellent. AJ, my next question is, did you have a mentor in business? Did you have a mentor that guided you? Hey, this is how you do real estate. And when you started business, did you have that fatherly figure, that, big brother figure that says, hey, do this and don't do that if you want to get the best or succeed in the business?
I had what I found on YouTube.
Right.
That's all what I had. So there was not much people. Anyway, when I started, there was not much mentors or people who knew their stuff. There was few speakers online, such as Grant Cardone,
Yeah.
which is one of my role models.
Yeah.
And I was lucky enough to actually meet him in Dubai on a very exclusive event, and we had a beautiful chat.
How was that like?
It was great. He even mentioned me in his video. He was doing a video and he was talking about me, like how much I produce per year. So I was very flattered then. And people started telling me, oh, did you have to pay him to do that? I'm like, genuinely, no. I just like, I was leaving. He was doing the video. He saw me. He remembered and he just said it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was less brown. There was few people online that I used to follow. So basically, I had to shift the mindset and the person that I used to be to the person I am today. And in order for you to make it, you have to do lots of knowledge, lots of studies, and most importantly, you have to unlearn everything that you learned in your life.
Yeah.
From your parents, from your teachers, from all of these guys. Because what they will give you as an education and the school system, which I'm not against, but it's not fit to make you a successful person in life. It's only being put out there to make you a good employee.
Yeah.
So that's why I had to shift mentally. I was watching lots of videos, going online, seeing courses, seeing how real estate brokers are practicing in the States, how real estate brokers are practicing in Europe, and getting to learn their methods and their ways and implementing it in Dubai bit by bit and trying to shape in my mind, body, and soul to become that person that will be ready to attract success and doing deals.
Yeah.
So this was the shift in my life. So answering the question, did I have anyone to mentor me? No. However, I was consuming as much possible knowledge from YouTube and from Instagram and from Facebook as much as possible.
Do you have a mentor now?
Not really. I don't have a mentor now. However, I follow lots of guys and I see what they're doing, and I try to do something similar or even better. So, no, I haven't found that person that I will sit with him and just blindly tell him, teach me everything that you know.
Yeah.
What I do is like I just take pieces from what people are saying. So, what I resonate with or what I feel like, yeah, this is logical. So, I take those pieces, puzzle them up, and put them in my character or in my mind and
Yeah.
act accordingly.
I came about that principle when I was young. My brother taught me something like that. Now that you said you were able to meet Grant Cardone, and he, briefly talked about the success you are having in Dubai real estate, I want to ask you this. What did you do with your first million? Because I'm sure it was, for the first time you had never touched a million, and boom, you got a lot of money. So what did you do? What was your
Honestly,
first
man,
instinct, and what
to
did you
be
do with
very
it?
honest, when I was calculating my commissions and stuff and I saw the number, I was so scared. I didn't do anything. Nothing. I was so scared. I
Yeah.
even told my mind, no, this is not real. Just like keep going. Because
Yeah.
I was too worried that if I will believe that I became a millionaire, that my mind will tell me it's okay to start being lazy. It's okay not to wake up at 7 a.m. and go straight away to gym. It's okay to miss that meeting or that email or that WhatsApp. It's okay. So I was like, no, I don't want to believe that. So I just kept working as if I'm broke, like nothing happened.
You just kept working.
I
You had a
just
million in the
kept
bank, and you
working
just.
like it's nothing. It doesn't exist. I just kept working.
And what was like the most, like expensive thing that you bought for yourself after you
I buy
attained?
lots of stuff, to be very honest. I'm really into cars. I
Yeah.
have lots of cars. I love cars. I keep buying cars. I buy
Right.
watches. I buy gold bars. I buy a lot of homes. I have lots of homes. So I don't mind spending the money, but in that stage where I was
Oh, you
transitioning
really got
from
skin in the game, yeah?
a
Yeah.
lot, yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, like, practice what you preach, man. If I'm selling people properties and if I don't have properties myself, I'm a phony. Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I make sure and even when I meet people, I show them how much money I'm making on my portfolio and how I'm managing it. And I make sure to sell them something which is similar to it. So at least they will know what they are getting themselves into. There is no over promising, there's nothing. I just give them the reality. I'm making this much. If you take this, you will make same as me. And that's it.
Right.
By the way, coming to that conversation of becoming millionaire, it's very risky and scary because most people think that if I am a millionaire or I become a millionaire, that's it, I'm set for life. It's not.
Yeah.
It's too scary because if it will make you lazy, you will lose it in 5 years. And once you lose it, it will be very hard for you to
To
start
get it
back
back.
from zero or from even -0. So, what I'm trying to say is like when you make the money, don't let it get into your mind. You, as a human being, when you program yourself, going back to take charge, you see it in chapter number 1 when I speak.
Chapter number 1, yeah.
When I speak about the trinity of success, how you need to shape your mind, your body, and your soul. This is the person that you have to live like that for the rest of your life until you die. You have to be that committed. You have to have like a proper time schedule where you are utilizing your depends on how many hours you work per day, whether it's 12, 15, 16, but you need to utilize it properly. You need to have it as a structure. You don't need to have day offs or where you say, oh, today I'm tired or today I'm this and that. You have to be straight focused. So regardless if you have a million, 10, 100 million, or even a billion, you have to stay the same person. And look today about the billionaires in the world. Look at Elon Musk. Have you ever heard that Elon took a day off? Or he's sick, or today he's feeling depressed and he doesn't want to work. He's showing up every day, making sure he's changing the world, regardless of his feeling, regardless if he's a happy person or not. Right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm telling you. Like money, it's only a tool to enhance the quality of your life. You will have better travels, you will have better food, you don't have to worry about the bills. But this is not the end result. Money is just a way to make you live a better life, period. It will not make you a better person. You and me, we are breathing the same oxygen, we are living the same 24 hours, and eventually, when we're gonna die the same. So don't. So for everyone watching this, never let money get into your brain. Never let money gives you this ego where you feel that you are superior because you're not superior. We are all equal.
Yeah. Now, these first 3 questions was just to get to know you, you know? From what inspired you, if you had a mentor, to that last question. So now let's get to the meat of the podcast now. AJ, my next question. Is artificial intelligence going to replace real estate agents? Is AI going to replace real estate brokers? Because we're seeing right now developers have started incorporating things like it's very similar to the metaverse, etc.
Yeah, they're all having it and they're doing their own experiences. And now, if you're living in a Poland in your basement, you can just put your goggles on and you will log into the system and you can see the flat in a way of 3D living and you see all of the neighborhood. So it's enhancing the way that we are selling property. I will not say it will replace because I'm a firm believer that. A real estate purchase is like an emotional roller coaster,
Yeah.
and a machine will not do it for you. However, if someone is a purely an investor and they are just looking into the numbers,
Yeah.
they can make their deals directly with a developer without needing to be having any broker. Yeah, 100%. And this is where it's going. It's heading. In the next 3 4 years, you're gonna be seeing that most of them they are trying to cut the middleman. Like, why do we need a broker where we already have our own sales team, we have already our CRM, we have already
Yeah.
our AI, we already have our visuals. However, again, dealing with families, dealing with like talking to women, explaining to them
Yeah.
why this villa is best, why they should be having this and that,
Yeah.
it will never be out of style. So no, it will not replace the brokers, but it definitely will take a huge chunk of it.
Right. So it's just gonna um like remove certain parts of the business, and like for
Let me
example,
explain it to
in
you
secondary
in an
market.
easier way. In an easier way. That's what your show is called, the Offline Show.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, you see types of people where brokers were sent to people like the brochure, the floor plan, tell them 1 bedroom is starting this much, 2 bedroom is starting this much. That's the payment plan. What do you want?
Yeah.
Most of the clients they don't answer. But whoever answers says, I want this unit. This broker didn't do his job. He's just an order taker. Someone told him, I want this unit, go book it for me. Later on down the line, they don't need to speak to him if he can book it directly on the website. Why do he need to speak to this person? So this person is out. However, if you are a broker where you are doing your market study research, is sending it to the person by telling him in this area, this is the type of the units that they are out there. This is the type that they have appreciated a lot. This type appreciated less. That's the rental happening on the long term. That's the rental happening on the short term. And this is where I recommend you to do. This kind of people, they will always stay in the business because they are doing the effort.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for someone, it's like I prefer to deal with a human being that is gonna sell me the property. He's gonna manage the property. He's gonna manage my finances, and he's gonna make sure I'm always on top. And whenever there's a great opportunity in the city, he will keep me updated. I need a person like that. Even myself, I have brokers to handle my own portfolio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I need people like that. I need to be knowing this kind of brokers in 10 countries.
Yeah.
I'm not only focused on Dubai. I need to know what's happening in the region. I need what's happening in Europe. I need to have to know what's happening elsewhere. Where a machine or an AI or a PC or whatever you want to call it, it will be only good to provide bit of information and do a direct sales. So it's up to you how you want to deal it. That's why I'm telling you, it's not gonna replace us 100%, but definitely it's gonna cut off all of those middlemen that they are the order takers, not official brokers. Does it make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah. Yeah. I got it. So this is the future of AI, and I'm also quite interested to see what it's going to do in the secondary market. Now, my next question, Anthony, is what's your thoughts on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency when it comes to the real estate business? Because I'm sure you've seen already where cryptocurrency and real estate are being used as interchangeable assets. So people in crypto are leveraging with real estate, and people in real estate recently are starting to leverage as well with crypto.
Yeah.
So, what do you think this relationship is going to go?
Crypto is another form of uh, payment and wealth. Let's put it this way. So, for example, whoever makes money in the crypto, what they're gonna do? They're gonna cash out. They wanna buy real estate. Whoever makes money into stocks, they're gonna cash out and they will buy real estate. Why everyone always goes to real estate? Because real estate is the safest out of all of these investors. So crypto is an it can be amazing if you know what you're doing, but it's also very volatile. It can shoot you one day where you're gonna be making $200,000, and another day you lose it all while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Some news happens where you were not even aware of it and goes down. Don't get me wrong, I am into crypto. I've been into crypto from 2017, And
Early adopter of crypto.
I've
Yeah.
been in it for a long time. I believe in the blockchain. I believe in the system, how it's being done. And I'm a fan of it, and I would love to see the world shifting that way, where all of these transactions are public and everyone knows who transferred to who and what happened and who invested in who. Also, I am very I'm a well fan of the Web3 and all of this project that is being done, and I know for sure it's enhancing life in a way. Now, for some people, this is total gibberish. They have no idea what this is. But again, when we started, there was not a school where you can go learn it. We had to learn it from YouTube. We had to see what other people are doing. We had to do the same. So now the correlation happening between crypto and real estate is one of the main reasons where we have seen this shoot that happened in Dubai. Were you here in 2020
Yeah.
in the city? Okay, so we went to a lockdown March 17, correct?
Yeah.
By end of April or beginning of May, we started going out. And this was the perfect timing where the banks has dropped their LTVs. So before, if you wanted to take a mortgage, you used to pay 30%, the bank will finance 70. They make it 20/80. Prices hit rock bottom. So many tenants, they were like, this is the perfect opportunity for us to stop paying rent and becoming landlords. They started investing a lot and
Yeah.
buying properties. It was the start of the cycle. Then we had so many developers that they made a huge move in the market by saying, okay, we have a ready stock, come pay me 20%, take your keys, 80%, pay it on 5 years. Correct?
Yeah.
One of those was Nashama, that they have sold over 600 units in June or July. It
Yeah.
was also a good booster for the market. By, let's say, September, October, the world was closed. The only places that they were open, if I'm not mistaken, was Mexico and Dubai. And this is when
Yeah.
people start coming to Dubai and seeing Dubai, and they were like, oh, really? You have this kind of payment plan? The prices are so affordable. People started moving money in here. And this was the rise of the big boom of the crypto that happened from 2021, and it kind of died in November 2020.
Yeah.
2020 it started. 2021 it was the reversal where,
Yeah.
yeah, 2020.
At 2020, just beginning of 2022, things picked. Yeah. But
Yeah.
2021 was kind of like, it wasn't very stable, but
No,
things were
no,
very
trust
clear.
me,
We,
it was
yeah,
the
we can start.
Q4 of 2020. It was amazing and off plan, and these guys started cashing their money out in 2021 and parking it in real estate. And I still remember clearly when I used to meet those crypto traders, like someone coming to me and saying, "Okay, I want to buy this. This is the full money." I'm like, "You don't need to pay the full money. You just need to pay 20, 30%." And they were like, "No, no, just take it all and let me buy this property," because they were too worried. They had no idea
Yeah.
what they're doing. They just put the money there, and we had an amazing bull run, and it exploded. They don't know what to do with it. They were like, okay, instead of me
Yeah.
buying 10 units, just let me be safe and take 1 or 2 units. It was fully paid. So yeah, they go together. Like,
Yeah.
and the more we are seeing movement and changes, it's gonna get better and better. And just today, before I came to meet you, it finally broke that. It has the resistant line, the Bitcoin on
Yeah.
44.8 to 45. It just broke it and it hit 47
Yeah.
something. So from here onwards, you're gonna be seeing a great rise in it. And the more the Feds will be lowering the interest rate, you're gonna be seeing crypto going up and up. And when crypto is going up, definitely there's lots of people making money, and this money will be cashed out and it will be parked in the real estate.
But the question is, don't you think this will bring another dependence to crypto where if, because crypto is very volatile, if there's a crash in crypto, that could also mean doom to the real estate market. Just the same way
Not
we've
really.
been
No, no,
seeing.
no.
Yeah.
Don't put it this way
Yeah.
at all. Even crypto crashed for the past 2.5 years. It's being destroyed. And we have seeing a crazy rise in the real estate market and in the prices. Don't put them as they go hand in hand. Usually crypto and the stock market, they goes hand in hand. So when the stock is down, you will see the crypto dipping. But it has nothing to do with real estate. No, not at all. Real estate in here, it's too strong, mainly because the prices they were way like underrated. The prices were they too cheap. If you want to compare to Dubai to any major city in the world, it's too cheap. The payment facility is so easy to get yourself a property. Whether you're a resident or not, you can take a mortgage on it. And I don't know much countries that they will tell you, yeah, even though you've never stepped a foot in Dubai, if you pay 50%, I will finance the remaining 50%. We have
Yeah.
these facilities, we have everything. This is why people are coming to Dubai, moving their families, bringing in the money. It's just because of the lifestyle and the quality of life. It's safe, man. You can walk around here with any car. You can be driving. You can be frosted and gold and diamond. No one will even look at you, right?
Yeah,
So
true.
this is
Very
what
much
I'm
true.
telling you. Like we have amazing infrastructure, we have safety. We are positioned in a way where everyone wants a piece of Dubai. Any singer in the world wants to perform in Dubai. Any
Yeah.
event happening has to happen in Dubai. Why? Because it's a lively city. It's an enjoyment. It's fulfilling. Like people when they come in here, they were like, okay, it's different. I can do whatever I want. I can meet people left and right that I wouldn't dare even to think that one day it will happen that I will meet them. Like these people, I can meet them by just googling them,
Yeah.
right? And then you see them here in
Yeah.
Dubai, and you sit down with them, and they are super humble, and you enjoy having a conversation, and later on you can have business with them.
Yeah. So on that front, the relationship between these two assets is gonna be looks bright. Yeah.
It's one of the sources that brings money to the city.
Right.
However, if it's not there, the city will not be
Wilson.
affected. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah. Fantastic way to put it. I want to direct your attention to something else. Yeah. These two books right here. Now, my question is, what inspired you to write these two books? We have Take Action right here, and we also have Take Charge right here. Yeah, and Take Action. What was your inspiration between these two books?
COVID.
And COVID.
COVID.
Because there's a lot of, I mean, there's a lot of CEOs and whatnots.
Yeah.
They haven't published a book yet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I wanted to know your inspiration. You said COVID.
Yeah, I was
Uh,
losing my mind at home.
really?
Yeah.
And also, we want to know how much does it cost to actually publish a book?
Mm.
For if there's a CEO out there who's been thinking, I don't know, perhaps they stumble upon this video and they want to publish a book out there, maybe you can give them some insights on, how much it costs to
So the
publish a book.
story that when I was sitting at home, I'm a very active person. I work 16, 18 hours a day. Like I cannot just stay still without doing anything. So when COVID started, after 4 or 5 days, I was losing my mind. I was like, I'm at home, I'm not doing anything, just
Yeah.
walking. And I wasn't watching much news because it was all terrible and affecting
Yeah.
me mentally.
Yeah.
I was trying to avoid this. So I don't know how it happened. I just picked a pen and a paper and I started writing. I just wanted to let this go out of my mind. And I started writing, and within like 1 hour, I wrote 6 chapters. And then I'm like, wow, what just happened? It's like, I was possessed, like I didn't know what
Yeah.
happened. It was nuts. Then I stopped day after started writing a bit, and I wrote the full book. However, I didn't know how to make it all flow. You know what I mean? Because you have the ideas, you can write it, but you need to make it flow into chapters and divisions
Yeah.
and stuff. And I had a conversation with the publisher, and
Yeah.
he was like, man, your manuscript is scary. Like he was like, yeah, I would love to work with you. He was like,
Really?
yeah. And he was like, upon you providing it to me fully, I can deliver a book in 6 months. It's called Passionpreneur by Mustafa.
Passionpreneur.
They're
Yeah.
based in Australia. So he was like,
Shout out to Passionpreneur, the
and to
publisher.
Mustafa. So he was like, I'm assuming you need 2 or 3 months, maybe 4 months maximum, to give me the manuscript and give me another 4 months. I will have the book ready. I told him he will have it in 2 weeks. It was like impossible. He was like, I have published over 150 books. Impossible that you can do this before 2 months. In 30 days, he had it all. And even when he wrote a book himself, he has multiple books, but in his book, he mentioned me by saying, like, this is the only person who gave me a manuscript in 30 days. He finished a book in 30 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were really locked in at that time. How how are you balancing that and doing sales as well?
So during COVID, it was beautiful. So I'm like, there's no way I'm not gonna do anything. So we started looking for opportunities. And back then, there was a major issue happening in Lebanon, where banks has kind of like took everyone's bank account. So on papers, you have digits, but you cannot do anything with the money. You cannot withdraw it. You cannot do anything. So we found few developers in Dubai that they were willing to sell these guys properties by taking managers' checks and giving them properties in Dubai. And one of those was Habtour. Habtour, he had almost 60, 70 units left in it was a Noura Tower, yeah, a Noura Tower, and and Habtour has Al Habtour Hotel in Lebanon. So it was very easy for us by telling them take that manager check, put them in that account, and we were giving them the properties on Dubai. So we sold lots of those. Ennington did a bit of those, but I don't know if you were in
Yeah.
Ennington back then, but they did a bit of those. Azizi did those, and then eventually I started selling. There's a mega project in Lebanon called Bet Misk, which is like a joint venture between a company in Lebanon and Emor.
Yeah.
So I was selling it as well on the phone without meeting anyone. So all day we're spending the day just on the phone talking to people, doing the advertisement, and it was beautiful. Like for these 2 months, we did crazy sales. Actually, we did sales more than we were doing before the COVID because we had solution to a problem.
Yeah.
We had the solution, so people were coming to us heavy. And yeah, we did a great job. And then after it, like life resumed, we started going out. And then Nashama came, and Nashama was nuts. Like we had, I don't know, almost 600 units to sell.
Yeah.
Not us as a company, but the full city.
Yeah.
So it was a crazy hype coming into it. And yeah, bit by bit, it started working out again perfectly.
So at that time, you were still selling and you were still writing your book,
Yeah.
and you were able to balance
Book,
both
I
of them.
finished it in 30 days. Book doesn't take much of you if you know what you're doing. I mean, if
Right.
you read the book and you watch my podcast, you were like, most of the people were like, Anthony, like reading your book, like we can hear you talking. It's the same like your podcast. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So the information is there. You just need to put it out and put it in a structured way where anyone can understand it. I made sure that the book is so easy to read that if a 5 years old kid read it or a 50-year old man read it, both of them they will understand it. There's no posh word, there's no complication. I didn't give any examples that most of the authors do and they tell you back in the 1960, back in the 1800s. They didn't do all of this shit. I made sure that every paper you're flipping, you are taking a golden nugget.
Did you fund this straight out of pocket, or you
Of
had
course.
to get an
Of
investment?
course, no, you don't need an investor for it.
Yeah.
Come on, man. We've been printing money selling real estate. All of the book. When you ask me about the cost, it's I cannot remember the exact figure because on the printing side, it's always about how many copies you want. They start as low as 500 copies and goes all the way to 10,000 copies you want to print. But I can tell you approximately the cost of it is around $25,000
For
for everything, for them to design your, because so what the publisher will do basically, they will get you first a permit
yeah.
because you need a permit in UAE as an
Yeah.
author. They will do the interior design of the book. They will help you by picking up the fonts and the paper.
Yeah.
They will also give you multiple options of the cover. So
Yeah.
they will give you like, let's say 50, 60 options of cover and you will see which one you will like, and you can do it into voting by sending it to other people and they will
Yeah.
give your opinion. And then yeah, the last stage it goes to printing, publishing, and then receiving your books in huge boxes.
And once you've received, how do you get them to, the stores and
That's distributors.
distributors? So from the
Distributors.
publisher, You then have to go to a distributor.
Correct. And then you will
You
give
pay them
your book.
separately again.
You don't pay them. For the distributor, the way they will see it, let's say you're selling a book for $20, right? Okay, so what the distributor will do, he will take the books from you in 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he will put them, place them in all of the bookstores and the places. And so, in a way, it's like it's shared that from the 50% that you give him as a discount, he takes from it 10 or 15% from the bookstore. So,
Oh.
to simplify it,
Yeah.
I'll take 50% of it,
50. Yeah.
from the book. So I'm selling $20. Let's say 10 is mine.
Yeah.
And from the 10, that which is for the distributor, the way they will do it, the bookstore will take 8 and
Yeah.
he will take 2.
Okay.
Something like that. That's how it works internally between them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's quite fascinating. And then when the bookstore runs out of book, you print some more.
They
You call up the
order-
publisher again.
So I don't deal with the bookstores directly. My relationship is with the publisher.
Right.
So the publisher, they always make their order 50, 100, 200 copies. Upon them seeing they are left to, let's say, 20, 30, they reorder. They keep reordering it. So now I have two options. Either if I'm out of copies myself, I
Yeah.
can tell them to buy it from Ingram. Ingram, basically, it's print on demand.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I don't need to pay anything. However, Ingram takes, let's say, 70 or 80% of the book and they will give me the peanuts. So it's all about you if you are making this as your business model. Because for me, books are not my business model.
Yes.
And I started with this one and I told you, like, I had no idea how much the books will be like this successful and cruise the world, you know what I mean?
So you
Take Charge. Take Charge has passed 20,000 copies all
really?
over the world, and it's in 19 countries. And the way why I can say this, because I have a CRM that it will tell me exactly who's ordering from which countries, from which side. And there's countries I have never heard about. Okay, when it comes to Take Action, actually yesterday I was seeing it. This book hit not only the top seller, but and the top seller in the world and Amazon.com is ranked 29. Once we finish the podcast, remind me to show you the picture.
Yeah.
I took a screenshot of it.
Yeah.
So it's doing amazing. That's what I'm saying. So for me, like,
I've been eyeing it on Amazon, by the way, as well.
yeah, so I'm like, did I make the books as a business model? Of course not. I just had so much knowledge in me that I wanted to let it all go out. And you know, I receive every day between 50 to 60 DMs, people telling me, I want to join real estate. I want you to help me.
Yeah.
I cannot do all of this to people because I've already have over 5 companies I'm managing. I'm still doing sales by myself. I'm working on my own self development and growth. So genuinely, I don't even have time for my family. So for me to take on someone and to train them, it's impossible for me. That's why I'm telling them, just take the book, man. It's everything you need to know.
Yeah.
You have this book as a beginner, you have this book as an advanced, where I speak about all of the marketing kits and tools and what I use myself. I just putting it out there. And in the last chapter in Take Action, I speak about a very important one, which is the human mind. How to speak to a left brain, right brain, full brain, how to
Yeah.
talk to people, how to engage with them. So in these 2 books, you have everything that you need in order for you to make it in real estate. You want more? I do have an online course where you can take it.
Yeah.
But I cannot mentor like 101 because I'm super tied up.
Is there another book coming on like businesses or?
Every year there's a book coming.
Yeah.
I make sure like I'm an iPhone. Every year I'm releasing a book in September.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already writing my 3rd one, which is mainly about the holiday homes business.
Yeah.
And I'm explaining to people like how they can do this, and even if they want to work with a company or not, how they can make money by subleasing, whether
Yeah.
they want to do it in Dubai or internationally. What are the applications they can use? Because people just genuinely know Airbnb, but
Yeah.
there's over 25 of those and some of those are way stronger than Airbnb, but people don't know about it. So
Yeah.
I'm making the book about this one, and yeah, definitely it's gonna be published in September or October maximum. And the year after it, I'm gonna write a book, and I want to make sure like every year I have a book to make.
Yeah. Man, you'll be working 24/7 round the clock.
Yeah.
So
And I
you
don't see myself working because you tell me like,
Yeah.
how did you write 2 books? Okay, for
Yeah.
a particular person, they were like, oh, he wrote
That's
two
a
books,
lot of
that's
work.
amazing. But for me, when I look at Grant Cardone and he has 10 books, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yes.
So for me, that 2 books is nothing. I haven't even started. I need to hit the 10 books for me to say, okay, I did something
you
great,
start.
and I need to pass that number because 10 books has been done already. So I need to pass it. I need to have 15.
Yeah.
This is the way that I function. Like if someone did it, I must do it better.
Yeah. 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 You got into publishing with zero knowledge.
Of course. Man, ask. We are living in an era where every human is connected to each other. Everything is so accessible. Let's say I have no idea about anything. I go to Google, how to publish a book. Google will tell you there is self-publish and with open list for you for publishers. Inquire. Hi, I want to write a book. Tell me about the process. Let's do a Zoom call. They will explain it to me. Okay. What I heard is logical. Yes. Did I feel good talking to this person? Yes. Let's do business. What's the worst case scenario? It's gonna fail. Do another one. Do another Zoom.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? You know what I mean? If you don't ask, you will never be answered. If you don't seek that knowledge, you will never find it. You need to move from that seating, from that chair, and
Yeah.
go do exactly what you want to do. Life is too short. All of the events we're seeing in life is just showing us, like, even us as humans, we are so fragile. So since you are here, make sure that you did something out of yourself. You didn't just exist to eat and pay the bills and die and no one will even remember you.
Yeah.
These books are what we call them as message of love. Whether life
Yeah.
will be until 2100, 2500, or so many years, these books will always be there.
Now, I'm glad that you mentioned that point. So, do you get paid off every time, or do you get paid like per year, per month?
With distributors, you mean?
Yeah, once
The
each book is
distributors,
bought from the
they
stores.
have a way that they will do the payment every 3 months. So they will send you a sales report. We have sold this much, and they will do the payment for you. That's how it works with distributors. Yeah.
And it won't stop. It will just continue. It's literally passive
Definitely,
income.
yeah. But for me, it's not like I'm counting on it.
Yeah.
This is like, I'm telling you, this is like, I have this knowledge and the wisdom, and I've
Yeah.
been practicing this, and I'm a proven model that I've been doing sales for almost 10 years, and I've been smashing it, and
Yeah.
I've did record numbers of sales that not much people has even reached these figures. So if I did this and it worked for me, I'm giving you this book where I put all of my knowledge, expertise, tools, and technique. Just read it. You don't have to follow me 100%. Read it, shape it into yourself how you want to use it, and implement it. Same way when I was told you when I used to watch videos on YouTube. I was
Yeah.
taking this information from people, putting it in my own way, and practicing it until I get it perfectly done. So these books, it's like I'm giving you manual guidance how to make money. You don't have to follow it step by step, but
Yeah.
I'm sure you're gonna take a lot of knowledge from it and you're gonna be practicing it on your own way.
Yeah. To all those CEOs out there, drop a book. Don't keep that knowledge in you. Drop a book. Let's read your story. Let's be inspired. To all the leaders out there, share us your knowledge. Speaking of knowledge, you mentioned that you've done big sales, big numbers.
Yeah.
Where were these clients coming from? Where were you getting
Everywhere.
these customers? Were they like company leads? Were they like your own
Everywhere,
leads? Were
everywhere,
you doing
everywhere.
lead
That's
generation?
what I'm telling you. As a human being, every year you develop your brain to a higher level, and once your brain is in a higher level and frequency, they will attract a higher client, a better client. So when I started working, I remember very clearly, I didn't care about who was my client. I just wanted to have a client that I can sell them and make money, period. And later on, I started finding myself that when I'm talking to big people, they are losing interest immediately.
Yeah.
And then I sat down and I'm like,
You get about
why?
5 seconds.
Why? Why the losing interest? What I am doing wrong that I can only attract the buyer of a studio and a one bedroom, but I cannot attract this kind of buyers? Then I'm like, because I'm thinking too small. Because a person like that, when you're meeting him and you're offering him a studio, he will look at you and will like, is this guy a moron or what? Do I look like a person that I'm a studio buyer? Here, I just want to do one purchase. These are shark investors. They are here to leverage on their money. They don't care if you sell them a floor, a tree, a garbage bin. All what he cares for. I'm gonna put 1 million. I want 7, 8%. Make it work. So then I'm like, okay, I need to shift my mind. I'm sorry when I was giving examples about studio, I don't mean to disrespect anyone or in any way, but I'm telling you, like, I was limited to sending this category of people and losing the big category. And then I started shifting my mind. How these guys they think, how they talk to each other, where do they get their information from? And the more I worked on myself, I started attracting those big clients. And once you have a client and you're giving them a great service, what they're gonna do immediately? These guys have friends. If he's rich, most of his friends will be rich. So he's gonna refer you. And once you get the referral, this is where you grow your referral network and it grows like a snowball. Trust me, it goes so big so quickly, you are like, what just happened? What just hit me?
Yeah.
But I couldn't start selling having this mentality. I needed to learn it step by step, level by level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I'm telling you, the more you work on yourself, how to change your mentality, how you think, how you act, how you do everything, life will change. Life will start attracting different frequencies to you. So having the big guys, it's easy. It's also in the book, and I even say it in most of my videos. I'm saying like, first of all, you need to follow the cheese, follow the money. Where do you find the money in Dubai? I'm just talking about Dubai, but this is applicable to anywhere in the world. Let's have this conversation, you and me.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though you're the host, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Like, where do you find money in Dubai?
Well, I found them in rich places like the F1, you know,
If you follow my
the race course. Yeah.
how many races I go to every year?
Yeah.
5 or 6. I am there. Tell me something else.
Yeah, that's one. I'm big into prospecting, so I'm always prospecting. Yeah,
That's
I,
exactly what it is.
I've
So
developed an eye to just,
money is found into banks, number one, luxury cars, luxury boats, luxury products, brands, Chanel, Dior, all of this stuff, right? This is where money is found. So, and hedge fund managers and stock traders and stock managers. So, if I have connection with these guys, and these guys knows that I'm a legit broker, that I will make sure to do the job perfectly for the client, where the client will call me and say, thank you for the introduction. Thank you for letting me meet Anthony. He's a top-notch guy. We made business. Number one. Number two, when he's introducing me to these people, what I'm doing, I'm giving him a 20% referral from the commission.
yeah,
So for him, it's a business, and it goes vice versa. So for me, when I have a client and I sold the house, and he was like, I'm looking for a nice car. Who do you know? I'm like, no problem. I know this guy. Talk to him. He will give you the best cars. Same service you got with me, you will get with him. He will sell him. I will take a referral, and it's vice versa. And that's how you grow into the wealth. You need to be between them. But if you are staying somewhere where there is no money and you're saying life is tough, where I'm gonna get these clients, the inquiries I'm getting from social media, they are not good. You're limiting your business model to your social media inquiry. Social media inquiry is not even 10% of my business model. My business model is also into prospecting, going meeting people, go to F1, go when they have like the boat show. There was a boat show in Monaco 4 months ago. How many brokers were from Dubai? Maximum 10. How many brokers from Dubai knew about it? No one. Why? Because they are not up to seeing where the money is moving. Money is always there, but money moves into a circle. So if you put yourself and you position yourself in a place where you can take a market share, this is where you make money. But if you're gonna stay in the office waiting for the guy who inquired on Instagram, and he will tell you, no, I inquired by mistake. Talking to your colleague, and your colleague is feeling depressed because he has issues back home and he cannot provide the money, and he wants to spend his day smoking 15 cigarettes and in the smoking room, going up and down the elevator. How are you going to be productive if everything around you is a terrible vibe? How are you going to be productive? Leave it all and start looking and thinking differently. That's what I'm telling you. You need a break?
I think I do. I think I do. I think I do. Because, yeah, that was fantastic what you just said. What's your mindset and outlook in life and business? Yeah. Uh, What's your, this is a very general question. So,
It's changing every few months, every year. So when I started, all what I was focused on, just to be someone, because I wasn't anyone. And when I say to be someone, it's not just to prove to people, because proving to people is not something interesting for me. It's proving to myself that, yeah, I always had it in me, but maybe I was in a wrong place and the wrong time. I wasn't positioned well in life. I didn't have any knowledge. And I needed to prove to my family that they should be proud of me. I needed to prove to my friends that yes, he always had it. So this is when I started. And after I did all of this, I'm like, okay. And so I have all of this and I make most of the stuff I wanted to do. But what am I doing to humanity? What am I changing? I'm gonna be like this another guy who just made it and spend it all, or no. So I'm like, I need to give back. And this is where I started giving tons of knowledge back. I'm talking to a lot of people and I've never charged anyone for it, because for me, the way of giving back was fulfilling. When someone will text me after a few months and say, man, thank you, you changed my life. I made this much now. I paid all of my debt and I'm living like a decent human being. I'm happy. So, man, I have over 400-500 people that I made a huge impact on them. Maybe it's not this huge number, but for me, it's something crazy. Last year, I was living. I used to live in an apartment, so when I was going down, I looked at the security, and he was so sad. Like, what's wrong with you? He was like, I hate my life. I'm like, why? He was like, because I don't do anything except sitting here all day, just trying to smile to people, even though I'm dead inside. I need to change my life. You know what I did? I had the same bag that you see with me.
yeah.
I opened it, I took a book, I gave it to him. And I told him, once you finish the book, send me a text, and I'm gonna give you an access to my course.
Yeah.
And he texted me after 2 hours. He was like, I'm done with the book. Give me more. I gave him the course. After 3 weeks, being still a guard, he
Yeah.
did his first sale. After 2 weeks after that, he texted me. He said, thank you for all. I just would like you to know that I have done 4 sales so far. And after 3 months, he called me and he said, I have my own company. And he's the happiest person on the planet.
No way.
Yeah, so for me, it's just like when someone come to me and say it's tough, I'm like, man, this is a guard that didn't know anything. All what he did, that he had so much free time, he didn't know what to do with it. He focused on something, it opened his mind, and today he's a business owner. So if he made it, what's stopping you having all of that support from your friends, from your company, from anyone? What's stopping you if a guy by himself solo did this? This is what I'm telling you.
He made 4 sales while still being a security guard.
And he resigned and he opened his own company.
4, not even one.
He did one immediately within few weeks.
He did one and he still did the second, the third while still being a security guard.
And he resigned. Opened his own company, and now the guy cannot be the happiest, and he's changed his life, and everyone is proud of him, including his family, his friends, and everyone.
This is unheard of.
This is what I'm telling you. There's so many other cases, like unlimited stories of just guys like that randomly. Guy came from maintenance, guy came from something else. So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what's your skin color, what's your religion. Nothing matters. All what matters is, do I really want to change my life, or I'm too lazy and I'm just living depressed and I don't want to do anything out of my life. It just comes to this. Do I want to be somebody, or I'm happy the way I am? And how you know the difference between somebody and I'm happy in the way I am? When you're somebody, you're a person that you're using the internet to benefit from knowledge. When you're just like have no purpose in life, you're not doing anything, this will be the people that you will see them going and commenting terrible stuff on other people. That's the difference. It's the same. Two people, I'll give them 3 hours online. You will find one person that consumed almost 6, 7 videos, that he got proper knowledge, he took notes of it, and he started doing research. And you will see one guy who's just trolling on TikTok and telling this guy, your video is shit, you are bad, I don't like you, you're a liar. That's the difference. That's it. So that's what I'm telling you. All of us, we have accessibility to all of the stuff and tools. It's how we utilize it as human beings that it will make the difference in our lives.
Yeah. Wow. I just it makes me wonder, what can I do to, exceed in life if this
You've
guy has
already
done
done it.
amazing.
You started as a developer salesperson, and
Yeah.
you found yourself that you are too limited to that,
Yeah.
and you just took this leap of faith and said, I want to be a broker.
Yeah.
And today, whether you are in level 1, level 5, you still have so many levels to come.
Yeah.
Just make sure to plan it out, write down your goals, what do you want to achieve, and then you will like, okay, how I'm gonna do it. And later on down the conversation, I will tell you about this, like an exercise I do.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think it's gonna be a proper
Okay, looking forward to that.
eye opener.
School versus real life. What have you learned? Is it really what they say? Does school really reflect real life?
Not at all. I just told you, schools are built to create employees. Life will teach you how to survive and become a beast. The more beaten you get in life, the more you will learn. School is not fair just because it will give you grades on the way that you memorize stuff. It's like the more you memorize the info they're giving you, the higher the grade is. If you don't memorize, they will label you as, I don't know, dyslexic, or simply by telling you this is a stupid child, which is not the case. Like, I'm not saying people shouldn't go to school. End of the day, schools are, man, it's a huge topic. It's like it was built to have a working force. And eventually in life, you need working force. You cannot have everyone being a business owner, because if everyone is a business owner, who's gonna do the labor work? Who's gonna cook? Who's gonna fix the streets? Who's gonna be doing those responsibilities? If everyone is a business owner, you cannot find them. So in a way, it's a balance, but it's for human beings to decide. Like what I learned in school and university, is this good in my life, or I need to waken up and start doing my own research and studies? If you want to be a doctor, you have to be in school and university. You cannot learn this in life. You cannot just start chopping people and until you learn, you know what I mean? There is lots of fields that it needs school. But if you're coming into, okay, for example, back to my field, advertising and marketing. Like, I cannot tell you how much information and stuff we had to learn. And then I get now some guy dyeing his hair orange, having few piercings in his face, going talking shit on TikTok and making $20 million a year. And while you're doing all of your stuff, you're barely making $15,000 a year. So that's what I'm telling you. Life is shifting, but the school system is not being upgraded. They're still giving us the same stuff that they started from the 1900s. It's the same curriculum. It's not changing. It needs an upgrade. It needs to be changed. Like, with all due respect, if someone knows all of the history in the world and I don't know any word, I have my Google. Just write it down. What happened in 1947 in this place? Got yourself your article. But this guy spent a month memorizing it. That's what I'm telling you. So I'm not against school, but
Yeah.
I am against giving the same materials that it was teach before. It has to be upgraded for sure. And there is no better teacher than life.
Life.
And life's best teachers are an empty pocket,
Yeah.
empty stomach,
Yeah.
and a broken heart.
Yeah.
This will change everything. And when I came to Dubai, I had the three. I was brokenhearted because I left my country, I left my family, I left my friends, I left my childhood memory. I wasn't funded enough, so lots of times I was hungry. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So yeah, this is what shaped me because I had no other option. Survival, when you are in survival mode, you cannot sit down and say, oh, why this has happened to me? No, just find a way to live or you're gonna be stepped on like a cockroach.
Yeah. Yeah. Anthony, next question I want to ask you is what was your lowest point in life and business and how did you rise up above that point? If you can single out in your memory, in your
No, I will
past.
never forget it, and I'm so grateful for
Yeah.
that day that came. I remember it very clearly. So when I came here, I spent most of the money I had because I was still silly and foolish. Like, because before I came here, I used to go party out all night. You know what I mean? So when I came to Dubai, I still did it, and I spent because you know how expensive Dubai is.
Yeah.
I spent the money, and it went down to I had nothing under my name except a phone. So I went to a JBR shop and I sold my phone for 300 dirhams. That was all in all. That's it. That's all that I had under my name.
Yeah.
And I divided this 300 dirhams. I said I need to survive 1 month with it so I can make a deal.
Yeah.
And so my daily budget was 10 dirhams. 5 dirhams goes to a metro and another 5 dirhams where I buy a cheese sandwich that I split into two. That was my daily food.
Yeah, what shawarma was 5 dirhams.
It wasn't back then.
Yeah.
It was. It wasn't back then. That cheese sandwich in Almaya supermarket
Yeah.
specifically was the
Yeah.
cheapest. Yeah, and it tasted awful, man. It was so dry. Like
It was good.
it was terrible. Terrible.
You didn't like
Anyway,
it?
but back then it was food. It was
Yeah.
energy. So it was. Thank God for it. Anyway, so I reached a point where I had 40 dirhams in my pocket, and that was it. And I'm like, if this doesn't happen, I don't know. Maybe I'll kill myself, or I don't know what to do. I genuinely had no idea what I will do. So yeah, after 26 days, I closed my first rental, which was a two-bedroom in JBR with another company. So I had to divide it into four. Anyway, it led me up to be having $600, like 2,000 dirhams.
Yeah.
And brother, wow, 2,000 dirhams. I ate chicken. The first I've done, I ate chicken. I'm like, no more cheese.
Yeah.
I bought few shirts and pants. I'm like, I'm gonna look now like an actual broker. And from there, it started changing. I went push for a lot of projects where people told me I'm crazy, I'm no one, they will never give it to me. So many people tried and they rejected them. They rejected me 5 times. But after 4 months, I got the project. And this is where the money started coming, where I moved. I took my first little studio, like a 300 square feet studio, which for me was a mansion because this is my own.
Yeah.
I moved from the metro. I rented a Hyundai Accent where it felt amazing. I have my own music. You know what I mean? I open the window. You know, it was perfect. Yeah. So I started
Yeah.
feeling the life, and from there I said, okay, now immediately I need to hit myself 100,000 dirhams. Once I have 100,000 dirhams, I can stand on my feet. Like I wouldn't be worried about paying D1 and Empower and Do and phone and stuff like that. So yeah, I wasn't doing anything. I made sure I was living off 2,000 dirhams a month.
Yeah.
That was it. That's including food and gas and everything. All of my friends were traveling the world. I was just reading books, watching YouTube videos for a year and a half. And bit by bit, I started growing, started having connections, started jumping into sales because before I just used to do rentals. I never did sales. In 2017, I jumped into sales. 2018, I made crazy figures, like scary numbers. And then I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not happy with few services that I'm using in Dubai. Instead of me complaining and saying this is a shit company, create a company that will provide a good service. And this is where I started doing companies.
When did you decide to like start your first company?
2018.
No, yeah, you
I'm like,
mentioned that.
okay, now I'm a salesperson, but I need to be a businessman. 2018, I started doing companies all from scratch.
So 17, you jumped into sales. 16,
Yeah,
you were doing rentals,
yeah.
right?
End of 14, 15, 16, I was doing only rentals.
Then 17,
17, I
you
jumped
you
into
did
sales,
well.
which I did terrible. No, 17, I jumped into sales and I did 4 sales in 1 year.
Yeah, I
And then
heard
I was like,
somewhere you say
what
that.
have
Yeah.
I done to myself? Because when I was doing those rentals, I had over 1,500 units on exclusive basis. So every month I
Uh,
was doing 40, 50, 60,000 dirhams, just like that, without doing any effort.
that
And this what got me lazy. And I'm like, I need another challenge.
and did you make that switch like when you decided to move from rentals to sales? Did you say, okay, I will not be taking any sales requests, I mean rentals requests from now on. I'll just be focusing on
Yeah,
sales. Was that intentional or were
yeah,
you still
yeah,
doing
yeah.
both
No,
when you
because
get
no, I wanted a new challenge. I felt what I'm doing there is really nice, but it's getting me lazy. I'm not as productive as I used to be. I'm not as curious I used to be. I need a new challenge. And I said part of me leveling up in life, I need to jump into sales, which I did.
yeah.
And after 2 months, I regretted. Like, what have I done? Where am I? It's a jungle. I don't know how to do anything. But then I'm like, remember where
When you
and how
started.
you started and why you started. Remember the days where you used to take the metro and you used to look at the floor and now you hold yourself high. So if you have survived this, are you telling me you're not gonna survive sales? And just after, like in Q1 2018, I made crazy numbers, which I'm still making until today.
Yeah. It's incredible. Yo, I'm sure there's a lot of things out there you guys would love for me to ask him. Unfortunately, we can't ask him all the questions in the world. He's a busy man. He got to go back to his company. Just got two more questions left. And it pains me to come to the end of the show. What's your future prediction for Dubai real estate and your company? First, we'll start with the real estate company. I'm sorry, with the Dubai market in general, and then we'll go specifically to your company, where you want to take it, and if almost like you can see into the future and tell us the one thing you think will happen, and maybe you're working towards, and you will catch up. So we can begin with the Dubai real estate market. What's your prediction on the market?
First of all, I have a great belief in our government, in Sheikh Mohammed, and all of the innovation that they have done. End of the day, when you tell me, do you have a mentor? No, but do I have a role model? Yeah, it's Sheikh Mohammed. What he has done, switching a desert,
Yeah,
sand,
yeah.
to the one of the most innovative cities in the world in 50 years.
We talk about it every day, me and Toby.
Wow, wow! Like January, I see countries that they are 500, 2,000 years old, and they're not even comparable. And what has done in this place, it's marvelous. These guys, they are investing multi billions in their city. So, so trust me, when someone is putting this much money in a city, who am I to say, to give my opinion about the city? I just know for a fact, and based on our figures and studies, the relocation happening in the city, the infrastructure that's being done, Dubai is being, I don't know, like adopting everything that's related to technology. One of those is crypto. We have the DMCC, which is like the hub of the crypto happening in here. The regulations that's happening. I know for a fact that Dubai hasn't even started. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
We have a vision of 2040 which will be implemented. We have the D33 vision,
Yeah.
which is also
The
happening. Having all of this in the city, I know for a fact the city is only starting. The relocation in Dubai is happening like crazy, and I know it because I also have a holiday homes company that we have over 755 units all over Dubai. It's called Prime Stay, and the amount of people coming renting for us for a few months and then asking us for a long lease is crazy. Everyone is just coming to test out the city to see if it's really genuine as they say or not.
Yeah.
So it's happening. Uh, what else? And yeah, for the market, I know it's gonna be going all the way up. Now, if your question is specific about the prices in Dubai real estate, we cannot predict it. But following the figures and the studies that we know, I know today for a fact on every villa or a townhouse, there's another 7 flats. So if you're investing into villas and townhouses, I can guarantee you from 2024 until 2027, you're gonna be seeing a crazy amount in capital gains. You're gonna be making 100, 200, maybe 300% on your money. I had few villas that I bought and I made a lot.
What do you mean in every villa there's another 7 flats?
That's what I'm telling you. The inventory in the country, we
Okay.
have so many flats, but we have a
Right.
massive shortage when it comes to villas and townhouses. When you have families that they are relocating to Dubai, their first inquiry is, I want a villa or a townhouse. That's why you've seen this explosion that happened in Dubai Hills Estate, that happened in Villanova, that happened in Mudon, that happened in Damak Hills, that happened in Lagoon. So basically, all of this Came road that we call it Dubai land, prices have shot over 200%. Why? It's still the same product, but the demand is so high and there is not enough supply. So a landlord can just put his own price and he will get an offer for it.
Don't say that. Don't say that. The landlords are gonna increase the price now.
Let them. It's fine. Let them.
They're gonna increase the price when they get educated.
Seriously, that's what I'm telling you. So it's like you have to know what's happening, what are people inquiring for before you do any kind of investment. And I used to only invest in studios and one bedroom. Now I will never touch it. Now my investment is 3, 4, 5 beds, whether townhouse or a villa, I will buy without looking at it. Because I know the demand is there and it's gonna be there for the next 3, 4 years.
What about apartments, like 3 bedroom apartments? Because I see.
I'm not into apartments anymore. I'm
Yeah.
just apartments are still good and they will make you 20, 25, 30% capital gain. But if you want to make the proper double up, triple up, go for this product. Go for townhouses, go for villas. And I specifically told you this period of 27, 28 because in that time there will be almost a handover of 85,000 units in the market.
Yeah.
If the market will absorb it immediately, the prices will keep going up. If the market doesn't absorb it, then you're gonna see something called a price correction, where it will dip another 5-10%. But for the time being, from now until then, I don't see the market stabilizing, correcting, slowing down, steaming out anytime soon.
Sure. About your company, where you gonna take Prime and all these other companies that you currently run?
The plan for us is, first of all, to be expanding into multiple states in UAE.
Yeah.
Okay, because now we like all of our businesses are based in Dubai, so definitely we are eyeing Abu Dhabi, the capital. We are eyeing Ras Al Khaimah as well
Yeah.
as this is like the future, what's happening in
Yeah.
it. We might expand as well into the Gulf countries because all of the Gulf countries are rising big, very big. Like we've seen Saudi, they are making huge investments. Now, maybe today you tell me people like today there's nothing. Okay, today there's nothing, but in 2030 they have their expo. They're gonna be doing some
Yeah.
wonders. Qatar is doing not bad at all. I
Qatar
just
is
came
good.
from Oman. I've been seeing the development happening in Oman. They're seriously beautiful. So yeah, we're eyeing like the GCC countries, and hopefully after we establish ourselves in the GCC, we can go for the full Middle East.
Yeah, man, the things you talk about, I see you're so far away. I don't know how I'm gonna catch up to that. Uh, this is the last question of the day, Mr. AJ, Mr. Tech Charge. Is it okay if I
Just
call you
call me
that?
agent, without a mister.
I'm sure there's a lot of questions you would love for me to ask. I can't ask him everything, unfortunately. So I want to ask you this. This is rather a very poetic question. Do you remember when you were, say, 10 years old?
Not really. I kind of blocked this period of my life from my memory.
Do you remember what you wanted to do when you were younger?
I didn't have that leverage. I didn't have that.
In the back of your mind, what dream did you have?
And in that period of my life, it was a very bad period of my life. So I kind of like blocked it mentally, and I don't have memory about my childhood or anything like that. So actually, let me tell you the straightforward.
Very strong mechanism there.
I I am 38 years old, but for me, I consider myself I'm 8 years old. I consider that my life started when I came to Dubai. Before all of that, I was just a lost soul that didn't have a purpose in life, didn't know what I was doing, and I was just doing silly stuff so I can forget the unfortunate reality that I wasn't someone in life. But I count myself that the day I was born, which is the new Anthony, it was when I came to Dubai. And I remember something. My little cousin, she used to tell me, why you work so much? You leave from morning from 7, 8, and you come 10 p.m. I barely see you. I told her, Habibi, because I'm working for the past 30 years and for another 30 years. So for me, each year is like I'm working for 5 years, 10 years. It's not that I'm working as one day.
To recover for all the lost time.
Yeah, yeah. So when I was a child, what did I wanted to do? I didn't have it. It was I was born in a place where I was born in civil war, man, and I had like a family issues where my parents were divorced, and I didn't have
Yeah.
that liberty to be. I want to be a doctor. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be this. No, I just
Yeah,
wanted
but
to to exist.
yeah, it's some dope shit you just said there. Are you living your dream, man? Is this the dream that you wanted
Yeah,
to live?
and every year I'm like, man, I've been dreaming too small. I need to 10x it. I need to 10x it. I need to 10x it. I need to like x it. Because that's what I'm telling you, a part of you growing and your self development. So in 2016, I stumbled to a video for Jim Carrey. And Jim Carrey was saying that before he made it into Hollywood, he always used to envision and feel it. And what Jim did, that he took a check and he wrote $10 million on it.
Yeah.
Okay? And 8 months later, he had a contract of $12 million. So what I have done, I have taken a check and I wrote check to myself and I've dated it 25 5 I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say my date of birth. Anyway, I dated it on
That date, yeah.
yeah, on 25 5 2020,
Yeah.
which back then I will turn 35. That's from 2016. And I put this check on my closet
Yeah.
that when this will come, I will have 5 million. And I did the 5 million 2 years earlier than that. Then I'm like, man, I'm thinking too small. Okay, add another zero. Let's make it 50 million. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm telling you. Like, because for us, we don't know our capabilities. And unfortunately, we have been brought up in a mentality from our parents. God bless them all. But for them, it's like money is root to all evil. Money will make you evil. But it's not true. It's the lack of money that will
Yeah.
make you evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When people don't have money, they go, I don't know, rob people, they go kill people, they steal, they do this bad stuff. But when people have money, they actually don't. They just live happily.
Yeah.
So I started changing my mindset. No, lack of money is wrong. Money is not wrong, but it's how you take it, utilize it. And going back to the first thing I was saying in your episode,
Yeah.
don't let it get to your mind feeling that you're superior. You're still nothing. It's just a way of living, but make sure you have it, and you can change life having it. You can change your own life, you can change your parents, the friends around you, and all of your surrounding. So if you are blessed enough to be having a kind of awakening where you are out of this system that everything is being told and pushed on you, and you're out of it and you're starting to know how to utilize it and make money, make sure as much as you are blessed, bless everyone around you.
Yeah. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the Take Charge episode. Mr. Take Charge himself, he doesn't want me to call him Take Charge.
AJ.
It's been a phenomenal episode, emotional, inciting, very thought provoking as well. We've got two books right here. I'll say it again: Take Charge and Take Action. I feel like I'm becoming a promoter now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna give you a 10% code, promo code.
And it's because I just received these gifts, it's for free, and
You'll love it, you'll love it.
yeah, and if the security guard made 4 deals out of this book, I don't know what I can make now, maybe there's some gold in here, some invaluable knowledge. AJ, I want to say thank you so much.
Thank you for having me on your
For-
show, and
yeah.
best of luck for it. I have a podcast myself. I
Yeah.
know that it takes a lot of effort to be doing it.
Yes.
So I'm wishing you the best of luck.
Yeah.
No matter what you go through, keep pushing. Eventually, it will explode. I
Yeah.
did a podcast for 3 years. It was I had like downloads like between 100 to 200 downloads per
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
And now I am on 48,000 to 50,000 downloads per month.
Will you put it in Spotify or?
It's in Buzzsprout as a CRM, which will feed all of the portals. So I'm telling you, it might take you a year, 2 or 3, but
Yeah.
eventually it will do a crazy
To
result.
be honest, we're not
So
doing
don't
all of that yet.
Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Keep going, keep filming,
Yeah.
keep doing it, and don't stop. You never know who you are inspiring. There's a lot of people that they believe
Yeah.
in you without even knowing you.
Yeah, I get some comments online, and I feel it makes me wake up in the morning and say, hey, let me try one more time.
Here you go.
Let me send one DM that maybe somebody will not
Yeah.
see. Any final words to because real estate is a tough business. Any final words to the real estate professionals who will be seeing this out
To be
there?
very honest, I would love just for everyone to start seeing it in a way that when you are being a broker, you're not only presenting your company. First of all, you're presenting yourself, you're presenting your country, you're presenting your family, and then you're presenting the UAE and the field. So don't try to take the easy route by cutting people off, offering a kickback commission or whatever, just to make sure to seal the deal. Be valuable. Take knowledge as much as possible. Knowledge is everything in the market. You can have it from Property Monitor. If you don't have access to it, we have free applications such as the XP Interact, which is linked to Dubai Land Department. You will see all of the transactions, all of the sales, all of the rentals, everything that's been happening. Be valuable and make sure to be a decent person where you have a great brand, because it's very easy to make a deal and screw someone, but it will be impossible to undo it.
Yeah.
Once you're screwed, you're screwed. Have principles. When it comes to me, I have 2 principles. I treat my clients like I treat my parents, and then I will never sell something that I will not buy it myself. You don't have to have the same principles, but have principles where it will
Yeah.
make you a decent person. It will help you to be having this great brand, and then for the brand awareness, you can boost it from social media, from podcasts, from
Yeah.
books, from whatever you want to do it.
And that's the end of the show. Thank you so much for watching. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ right here, Mr. Take Charge himself. Thank you for being here. Thank you for
Thank
answering
you.
all the hard questions. Thank you so
My
much.
pleasure. Thank you.
All right. And that's all we have for today. Hi AJ, how you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for asking.
Thank you so much for joining us in the Off-Plan Show studio. In this part of the show, I'm going to ask you some questions so that we get to know you more. Is that okay?
Shoot.
First and foremost, do you think Dubai is the best city in the world?
Yeah.
It
Or
is?
else I haven't been living here for the past 10 years.
Okay. Are you into Lamborghinis or Ferraris?
McLaren's, man.
McLarens, okay. Do you prefer penthouses or mega mansions?
I'll go for a mansion.
Go for a mansion. What's your most favorite watch brand?
Attacks.
Patek Philippe.
Patek Philippe, yeah.
What about clothing?
I've been wearing all of these brands like LVs, Gucci's, Dior, Chanel, but I don't have any favorites. It's just like I buy what I like.
Nice. What's the one song that you've been playing all day, all week, since the beginning of the year?
I have a huge playlist, over 450 songs that I like all of it.
And who's your favorite musician?
Of Dead or Alive.
Michael Jackson or Bob Marley?
I like Bob Marley. It's more chill.
Very good.
It presents more positivity.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us here in the
Thank you.
Off-Plan Show studio. And that's all we have for today. Wish you all the best in 2024.